Hello friends, today we will discuss the method to find the unit digit, that is the method of cyclicity, right? So suppose we have a number that ends in 1. Its power square will always end in 1, its cube will also end in 1, its fourth power will also end in 1, right? So if a number ends with 1, any of its power will end in 1 only. As you can see in the case of 1, we can also see the same thing in case of 11 as well. As 11 also ends in 1, its square will always end in 1, its cube will also end in 1, fourth power also in 1, and so on, right? Suppose a number ends in 2, so its square will end in 4, its cube will end in 8, and its fourth power will end in 16. And then again we can see in the case of 12 as well, square is ending in 4, cube is ending in 8, and fourth power ending in 6. So this is true for all the numbers that ends with 2, right? And then again 2, 6, 2, 4, 8, and 6, right? A number which is ending in 3, the square of that number will end in 9, cube will end in 7, and fourth power will end in 1. Same we can see for 13 as well. Number is ending in 3, its square will end in 9, cube in 7, and fourth power in 1. And then the cycle continues, right? 3, 9, 7, 1 are the unit digits. Then again we can see 3, then 9, then 7, and then again 1. The same was true in the case of 2 as well. 2, 4, 8, 6 were the unit digits. Then again 2, 4, 8, and 6. Let us check the same for the number 4. In 4, the square will end in 6, cube in 4, fourth power in 6 again. Then again 4, 6, 4, 6. We can check it for 14 as well. Number is ending with 4, square will end in 6, cube in 4 again, fourth power in 6 again. So again it is following the cyclicity of 4, 6, 4, 6, right? If a number ends with 5, any of its power will also end in 5 only. No matter what is the power, it will end in 5 only, right? You can see in the case of 5 and 15, right? If a number is ending in 6, any of its power will end in 6 only, right? In case of 7, it is unit power will end in 7, square will end in 9, cube will end in 3, and fourth power will end in 1. We can check for the case of 17 as well. Number is 17, unit digit is 7, its square, the unit digit is 9, in cube, the unit digit is 3, and in fourth power, the unit digit is 1. And the same cycle will repeat. 7, 9, 3, 1. We can again check here, 7, then 9, then 3, and then 1. Right? So this is true for, like, what happens is all the numbers follow cyclicity. So we have summarized it. If a number ends in 1, its any power will end in 1 only. If a number ends in 2, then it will follow a cyclicity of 4, like 2, 4, 8, and 6. Then again 2, 4, 8, and 6. So this will be the cycle of a number which ends in 2. For a number which ends in 3, the cyclicity is of 4 again. It is 3971. Again 3971 you can see, right? A number ending in 4 will follow a cyclicity of 2. That is 4, 6, again 4, 6, then again 4, 6, then again 4, 6. Or we can say that a number that ends in 4 is raised to, if it is raised to any even power, if it is raised to any even power, then it will always end in 6. And if it is raised to any odd power, then it will always end in 4, right? Number 5 will always end in 5 only, 6 in 6 only, then 7 again follow the cyclicity of 4, 7, 9, 3, 1, 7, 9, 3, 1. 8 again follow the cyclicity of 4, 8, 4, 2, 6, 8, 4, 2, 6 again. 9 follow the cyclicity of 2, that is 9 and 1 only. 9 raised to the power even number will always end in 1. And any number ending with 9 raised to power odd number will always end in 9, right? And if a number ends with 0, any of its power will end in 0 only. So here are some tips that we should remember. 1 raised to power anything will end in 1 only. Suppose we have a number 9, 8, 6, 1 raised to power 28. So we not to bother about this calculation, since the number is ending in 1 and 1 raised to power anything will end in 1 only. So the unit digit of this particular number would be 1 only, right? Moving to next point. 4 raised to power even will always end in 6, whereas 4 raised to power odd will always end in 4. Suppose we have a number 87644 raised to power 298, right? Now first thing is that whenever we need to calculate unit digit, we need to not to bother about the number from tens digit. We just need to focus on the unit digit of that number, right? This number, these digits are irrelevant to us. We do not need to bother about these digits, right? So our question is basically 4 raised to power 498, right? Now as we can see that this is 4 raised to power even number, so this will always end in 6. So the unit digit of this calculation will be 6 only. And suppose we have some number like 4 raised to power 9717. Now again we simply cancel out this number. Question is 4 raised to power 9717. Now this is something 4 raised to power odd, so this will always end in 4, right? Moving to next part. 6 raised to power anything will end in 6 only. So suppose we have number 3756 raised to power anything, any number, let it be 98. So the answer, the unit digit of this calculation would be 6 only, right? The same is true for 5 as well. 5 raised to power anything will always end in 5 only. Now for 9. 9 raised to power even number will end in 1, whereas 9 raised to power odd will always end in 9. So suppose we have a number 9856769 raised to power 28, and the other number is 985769 raised to power 297, right? Now since again we'll focus on unit digit only, so we'll simply cancel out this number. Our question is 9 raised to power 28, and here also we simply cancel out this. The question is 9 raised to power 297. Now this is 9 raised to power even, so that will always end in 1. So the unit digit of this number will be 1 only. Now in this particular case it is 9 raised to power odd, so the unit digit will be 9 only. We need not to worry about the calculation involved in this question. The answer is directly 1 and 9 respectively. Now next point is, suppose we are having in any number we are having 2 raised to power anything into 5 raised to power anything. Now since we know that 2 raised to power anything will be even, and any even number into 5 will end in 0 only, right? So the answer to this question is always 0, no matter what the calculation is. Let's say the number is 2 raised to power 2917 into 5 raised to power 5 only, right? Now we know that this is something that will end in a even number, so the unit digit of this number would be even only. And as we know that 5 always end in 5 only, any power of 5 will end in 5 only, so some even number into 5, now this will always give us 0, right? If on dividing the power by 4 we get remainder as 0, we simply calculate the fourth power of that number to find the unit digit. For example, let us suppose we have 2 raised to power 96, and the other case is 2 raised to power 97. Now in this particular case, we need to calculate the unit digit, and to do that what we'll do is we'll simply divide the power by 4 and we'll look for the remainder. The remainder in this case would be 1, right? So we'll simply calculate 2 raised to power 1 and the answer is 2 only. So the unit digit of this number would be 2, right? But in this particular case, when we divide the power by 4, the remainder is 0. Now what we need to do is, whenever we get the remainder as 0, we need to calculate the fourth power of that number. So 2 raised to power is 16. 2 raised to power 4 is 16. So the unit digit of this calculation would be 6, right? Now moving to some examples. Now suppose we need to calculate the unit digit of 2 raised to power 31, right? What we will do is, we will simply, as we know that 2 follows the cyclicity of 4, 2, 4, 8, 6. 2 follows this cyclicity, right? So we'll divide this power by 4 and we'll look for the remainder. Now remainder in this case would be 3. 4 into 7 is 28, so remainder would be 3. Now we simply will calculate 2 raised to power 3 and that is 8. So the unit digit of this number would be 8 only. Moving to next example. Suppose we need to calculate the unit digit of 3 raised to power 19 plus 4 raised to power 20 plus 5 raised to power 21 plus 6 raised to power 22, right? So first of all we'll divide 19 the power by 4, the remainder is 3. Here 20 divided by 4, the remainder is 0. 5 raised to power 21. Here 21 by 4, the remainder is 1. And 6 raised to power 22. So 22 divided by 4, the remainder is 2. Right? Now the question simply is 3 raised to power 3. Right? As the remainder was 3, so it simply gets translated into 3 raised to power 3. This become, as the remainder is 0, we'll raise to 4th power. As the remainder is 1, it simply will become 5 raised to power 1. And this will become 6 raised to power 2. And we'll use the same sign as was given in the question. Right? Now 3 raised to power 3. And we know that the cyclicity of 3 is 3, 9, 7, 1. So 3 raised to power 3 will end in 7. So the unit digit of this calculation would be 7. Now we know that 4 raised to power any even number is 6 only. Actually, in this particular case, in this case, and in this case, we need not to calculate the remainder. Why? Because we know that 4 raised to power any even number will end in 6 only, right? 5 raised to power any odd number, or let it be even number only, the result will be 5 only. 5 doesn't depend on the power. Any power to 5 will give us unit digit of 5 only, right? And same is in the case of 6 as well. 6 raised to any power, the unit digit of the calculation would be 6 only. So now our question is this much only. 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 5 is 18, 18 and 6 is 24. So the unit digit of this whole number would be 4. Right? Moving to next question. The question is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 raised to power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now as we have already discussed, we need not to focus on this part. We just need to focus on the unit digit. Now this is something 1 raised to power something. Now 1 raised to power anything will give us the unit digit as 1 only. So the answer to this question is 1. Right? Going to next part. 3 raised to power 9 into 4 raised to power 16 into 6 raised to power 36. Right? Now 3 raised to power 9. Since 3 follows the cyclicity of 3, 9, 7, 1. So what we'll do is we'll divide the power by 4. The remainder is 1. So this simply gets into 3 raised to power 1. Now 4 raised to power any even number will give us the unit digit at 6, and 6 raised to power any number will give us the unit digit at 6 only. Now our question is 3 into 6 into 6. Now we know that 3 into 6 is 18, 18 into 6. Now again we'll focus on unit digit only. So 8 into 6 is 48. Our answer is 8. So the unit digit of this calculation would be 8. Next part. 987 raised to power 789. Right? Now again we'll cancel this part. So our question is basically 7 raised to power 789. Now what we'll do is we'll divide the power by 4. As 7 follows the cyclicity of 4, that is 7, then 9, then 3, then 1. So this is the cyclicity of 7. So when divide 789 by 4, the remainder would be 1. So the answer to this question would be 7 raised to power 1, that is 7. So the unit digit of this number would be 7. Next example. So we have 1 raised to power 11 into 2 raised to power 22 into 3 raised to power 33 and so on till 9 raised to power 99. So as we can see that here is 5. So 5 raised to any power will end in 5 only. And we have 2 as well, we have 4 as well. So these are even number. So any even number into 5 will lead us to a number that will end in 0. Right? So we need not to bother about this whole question. The answer simply would be 0. Why? Because this 5 wala part will always end in 5. And when 5 is multiplied with any even number, so the result would be 0. So the answer to this question is 0 only. Going to next part. 25 raised to power 92 into 36 raised to power 91 plus this much plus this one. Right? So first of all, 5 into something, 5 raised to power anything will end in 5 only. Right? 6 raised to power anything will end in 6 only. So the first bracket is this only, 5 into 6. Plus 2 raised to power 81. Now as we know that 2 follows the cyclicity of 2, 4, 8, 6. So we'll simply divide this power by 4. Remainder is 1. So this simply gets transferred into 2 raised to power 1. Now 8 8 raised to power 79. This is simply 8 raised to power 79. We need to focus on unit digit only. So into 8 raised to power 79. Now 8 follows the cyclicity of 8, 4, 2, 6. We'll divide this power 79 by 4. The remainder would be 3. So we'll substitute 8 raised to power 3, that will end in 2. So here we'll substitute the value as 2. This is our second bracket. Minus 9 raised to power odd. 9 raised to power odd will always end in 9, as 9 follows the cyclicity of 9191. Right? So 9 raised to power any odd number will end in 9 only. So this will be 9 into 9 raised to power again odd number. So this will also be 9. Now 5 into 6 is 30 plus 2 into 2 is 4 minus 9 into 9 is 81. Right? Now we'll focus on unit digit only. So this is 0 plus 4 minus 1. So this is 4 minus 1 simply, which is 3. So the unit digit of this whole calculation would be 3. Now next example is, we need to calculate the unit digit of 2 raised to power 26 minus 3 raised to power 26. Right? Now we know that the cyclicity of 2 is 2, 4, 8, 6 and that of 3 is 3, 9, 7, 1. Right? So we will divide these powers by 4 and look for the remainder. The remainder in this case would be 2. So the question simply is 2 raised to power 2 minus 3 raised to power 2. Right? Now this is 4 minus 9. Now here it is coming in negative. 4 is less than 9. So 4 minus 9, the answer would be minus 5. So in such cases, what we need to do is, we simply need to replace this 4 by 14. Or you can say that you simply add 10 to this number. So 4 plus 10 is 14. Now the 14 minus 9 is 5. So unit digit of this number would be 5. So this was all about the cyclicity. I hope it is clear. Thank you.